Hey there, good morning. I'm John. Today is Tuesday, November 7th, 2023. This is my daily blog or vlog or stand-up or whatever you want to think of it as that I do each morning to document my attempts at making content creation a sustainable thing, as I have been doing for the last year or so. So let's start talking about yesterday. So yesterday was pretty much everything I intended it to be, which is a very simple statement because I hadn't intended to be much more than a big editing day. I got my hair cut, by the way, which was a thing I needed to do. And I mentioned that usually those ranking tier videos take about 8 hours to edit. So I use Google Calendar and break it down by every 30-minute block or so to look and see where my time went. What did I do? When was I working on social media and comments? When was I editing? When was I writing? When was I making graphics? When was I doing stuff? So I can look back at a project and go, well, that video cost me X hours. Anyway, more detail than you probably cared about. Point is, I was able to look back at previous tiers, and they took usually 2 days of editing, which is, about 4 or 5 hours one day and a further 2 or 3 hours the next day, for typically about 8 hours to edit. Over the last couple, I've tried a few time-saving measures which involve combining pre-production that normally I would do in the final edit together, popping up those letters and stuff like that, and putting that, doing it ahead of time. The big setup, big preface to tell you that I was able to finish that edit in about 6 hours, including about an hour on Friday when I got it ready, and about 5 hours to edit yesterday. So between the morning and early afternoon, and I was able to publish at about 5:30 or so in the afternoon. So let's talk. So first of all, speeding up production, that's good. Let's talk then about performance of that video then. So just dropped it again. It's been about, I don't know, math is hard, 16, 17 hours. It hasn't been a whole day. But right at about 2,500 views. It actually started very slowly, which I'll attribute to dropping it on a Monday evening, who's online then. But it's starting to climb. It started low and then it's up, it's in the top 3 of the most recent 10 videos now, and above the curve, as you can see on the little chart that I'm showing. So I was starting to go, have tier videos kind of lost their luster? And I think certainly as we get into more obscure, the Activision one was it was new, and 2, it was Activision, so that was going to be huge. A lot of people don't know M Network at all, but as a tier ranking video, I can't wait to see how the retention looks, but typically retention on those videos is strong because once people start watching, they don't tune out. They stick through the whole thing. So I'm happy with how it turned out. I think that I'm getting that into a system, and I would like to expand into other platforms and stuff. It's as you get outside of the 2600, it gets harder and harder and harder to do comprehensive evaluations of games, because effectively, if you don't have personal experience with it, you got to learn how to play it and then capture it, and that can be hours per game on later platforms. Imagine how would you tier rank all of the the Mario games on NES, right? Well, those aren't games, pick-up games that you play once. Those are long multi-hour games that you would have to play to anyway. That's one of those roadblocks in my mind that I think, when I expand into other stuff, there's a lot of stuff to do between here and there, which, like television stuff, ColecoVision stuff, there's so much stuff to check out. So it's just that Atari is hot right now, and I know Atari well enough that I can just knock it out. So happy with that. Well, since yesterday is done, we're talking stats kind of already. I will tell you that subscribers are, once again, here we are on as I'm recording the vlog in the morning, and it's like fewer than 10 from the next 100. So we're 40,290 something. I don't know. I'm not going to claim it. I'm not claiming things early anymore because sometimes it takes all day to come around. By tomorrow, I would expect we're going to roll another 100 on our subscriber statistics. So let's talk about today, which Tuesday is podcast editing day. I like to get this vlog done early on Tuesday so I can get in there and get ready and start editing, actually, just to make sure things don't run over, because I give myself about 2.5 hours to get it all done. So we record the podcast every other Friday. It comes out on Thursday. In the interim, it's got to turn into a show, and that's what happens on Tuesday mornings. So if you'd like to join, we're over on Twitch at twitch.tv/GenXGrownUp, 10 a.m. every Tuesday morning, including today. And what we do is I'm live editing. I find it's very productive. People pop in, they visit, they chat, they listen to the show, they ask questions, we pause and cut up, we do whatever. It's just a nice time. It's a nice kind of social event. Further, I'll remind you, if you have Amazon Prime and have not done so, or have done so and it expired, you have a free $5 subscription token that you can give to any Twitch creator. And if you don't already use it, it's very simple to do. All you have to do is head over to twitch.tv/GenXGrownUp, as I mentioned, click on that subscribe button, and make sure your Amazon account is linked to your Twitch account. And when you do, the little button will say use Prime Sub, and it's free to you. But it's a benefit you would lose. It would go back to Amazon, or you can give it to someone. Why not give it to us? Or your favorite Twitch creator, if it's not us. Isn't it us? It's gotta be us, certainly. I don't know. Anyway, so we'll be editing there on today. And in the afternoon, I gotta pick what is the next, I don't know what the next video is. I have a small video I think I want to do first, which I got an idea for over the weekend. Also, I'm gonna do a little more writing for that the Christmas time Advent video series, which I'm definitely going to do now. I mean, we talked about it. I got your feedback, some good ideas, and how to expand it. As I'm lining up the 424 days and picking, what it is going to be items from my collection. That's what it's going to be. Very specific items from my collection. And as we get closer, I'll share more with you. So I can't spill all the beans, because then if it changes, I'm going to disappoint someone. Anyway, and I picked a lineup of 24 things, and I'm like, oh, this is better than this, and I take this out, this is better than this. So I'm currently in the midst of doing that. And I envision, when it's time to shoot this thing, like I'll record all the stand-ups in one piece of video, right? Same shirt, same hat. just stand here and do all of them, because largely it's just me introducing it, I think, and then I'm going to go to show and talk about the product. So, yeah. Anyway, a little more writing to do on that, and then I got to plan what I'm going to do the rest of the week. It's actually an incredibly busy week in the evenings for me, so it's going to be heavily evening loaded. Tonight is George live streaming over on Twitch. He's playing some more Alan Wake 2. Tomorrow is we're going to live stream Berserk Recharged on YouTube a day ahead of its release, which comes out on Thursday. On Thursday is Recording with 1980s Now for me, which actually we shifted from Wednesday to Thursday to accommodate the Wednesday live stream. And then Friday we record our podcast episodes. I'm making up for last week, which had nothing scheduled in the evenings, whereas this week every evening is booked. Keeps me busy. I think I'm going to go ahead and stop here, because I need to go and get this edited and get ready to start the live stream, get the lights on and everything. So I want to just thank you for stopping in to check out today's vlog. If you did, if you're here every day, I love you for that. Thank you so much. Please have a fantastic Tuesday and do something good for yourself if you can. And I'll talk to you again next day. Bye-bye.